behind the scenes with Sugarboy.
Hey, this is Dan Opsal, writer-director of Sugarboy, and I'll just be providing some commentary to some of this behind-the-scenes material that we have and try to remember some stories from the production of Sugarboy. So we started by having Anthony Lumia, who plays Sugarboy. We started by having him read all the voiceovers in a recording booth, and sometimes he would ask questions.
What's a boner?
Okay, ready for the next take? So for Chiplochter Crime Doctor, we had Adam Gallo as Chiplochter, and he was like teaching us how to properly do a drop kick, and one day he was like, hey, I can do a backflip off a wall, so we worked that into the story. And we hired a couple of minions, and he had to kind of figure out the best way to punch these guys in the butt cracks without hurting their butts. Perfect. Action. That's great. We had to punch off Bobby Tisdale's head. So we took a mannequin head with some red cloth that looks like neck guts and shoved it on a hanger and then put Scud Wilkins' outfit on top of that hanger, and that's how we were able to punch the head off. And for Kung Fu Mom, we had Alana Glazer, and she was awesome. We had her on all kinds of different modes of transportation all around the city. Doing weird stuff like pinching nipples and learning how to roller skate and nunchuck. And of course some fingers in a butt. For Attack of the Sack, we were shooting a crime scene in this alleyway behind our apartment, and we wanted to make it look like there was a police car back there. And we couldn't get a real police car, so we had Marcus put a red and blue spinning light on his head. And if you freeze frame it on one of the camera flashes, you can clearly see him standing with the lights on his head. And also in that scene was my only cameo. I played a chunk of nose. Grandparents with Guns was a really fun one. We got to work with Salty Loeb. She starred in one of my favorite SNL sketches of all time called Oops, I Crapped My Pants.
Oops, I crapped my pants.
Oops, I crapped my pants. I've heard of those.
And Anthony Rodman played Grandpa, and I kept having to tell him to stop smiling. And Anthony, no smiling.
Go smiling.
Anthony, the meanest face you got. Okay, and no smile. I was like, Anthony, you're supposed to be mad in this scene. Quit smiling. But he was just having a good time. You can't blame him. And my wife Lisa did props and costumes for Sugarboy, so I got to try on all the outfits.
You made a time machine out of a DeLorean? Oh, this is heavy, Doc.
For Bike to the Future, there was a shot we needed of Kayla's dog Riley licking Luke's face, and he wouldn't do it at first, so we stuck a chunk of pizza in Luke's ear. And that eventually did the trick.
Yeah.
That's great. We got it. So for the Saving Private Ryan scene, we drove way out to this forest in Queens, and traffic was really bad, and we finally got there after about 3 hours in the van, and we had 10 minutes before the sun went down. So we had our army general suited up and put Brendan and Gabe in green outfits to look like soldiers running by. I put a garbage bag on my head so the camera wouldn't get dirty. Had Christine and Caroline throw clumps of dirt to make it look like bombs were going off. And we shot for no more than 10 minutes, and the last take was unusable. It was too dark. So that's how close we were to not getting it.
Come on, the enemy's invading our base! We gotta go save Private Ryan!
Then we had to have Luke jump in a lake. I think we shot in like mid-November, so it was very cold. And he was fully clothed and had the BMX bike tied to a rope so we could fish it out after each take. And we had him jump in 3 times, but I'm pretty sure we used the first take.
I fully retreated into my body.
That was, so you can get it.
You got it.
Man, that was so good.
Thanks.
You did a great job. So that's pretty much it. We had an awesome crew, and that's how we were able to do so much, and everybody just worked so hard.
Oh.
We built a laser beam. We made a shark fin out of styrofoam and wood and put it out into the lake. We ripped and punched off heads of bad guys. Sent our moped into outer space.
Slowest approach ever.
Blew up Santa Claus. and we just had a ton of fun.
That's the end. Bye. It's about a grandpa and grandma and all the cool stuff they do when the grandkids aren't visiting. The grandpa said he carried a handgun just in case a dog tries to bite him, but it's really because he likes to shoot robbers and killers. And the grandma always said she was going to the den to do cross-stitch sewing, but she'd really be cleaning her AK-47.